remembering two legendary sapiens of our country, Mahatma Gandhi ji and Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. First one said, "Let us go back to the villages." And second one gave the slogan of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Thank you, Mr. Vangesh Wankhede ji. And Mr. Ravi Ghate. Today, Mangesh ji, I think yesterday we spoke to each other and he said, "We don't want to hear your agri-tourism story. We want to hear your story." My half story is just sitting in front of me and the other half is in the second row. So these are the two biggest stories of my life, my daughter and my wife. Okay, when I was 10 years old, actually we are born and brought up in joint family of almost 40 people staying in together. My father was the eldest among 6 brothers, 2 aunts, and I am the eldest one in the next generation. So when I was 10 years old, actually after schools we used to take buffaloes to graze, and I was actually sitting on the buffalo. And around 5-6 o'clock, me and my uncle was actually taking the cows in front of me, and I was sitting on the buffalo. And he suddenly started running with the cow, and buffalo whom I was sitting, she also started running. So after 1 minute, I fall down from the buffalo in front of the horns, and I'm sorry I cannot speak so much good English, but I will try. So buffalo actually crushed my all 4 fingers, this. Before that, when I was actually crawling, जे आपण रांगत असतो असं म्हणतो, my mother was milking the goat, and I was actually crawled and went in front of the goat, and I was doing like this to the goat, and she suddenly hit me on the forehead here, you can see. So all these golden memories are with me from the childhood. And again I thank my father, because he thought after growing up I have to speak in English, so he sent me to the English medium school. I finished my college in Baramati and I came to Pune for the higher studies. During college days, besides studying in the college, I used to take part in the sports. And during my college days, my half story met me in the college. And after college, I started working in institute called Eureka Forbes. So we used to sell aqua guards. You will not believe, the Eureka Forbes timing was from morning 7 to evening, night 10 o'clock. The first meeting at 7 o'clock. After meeting, we are supposed to do cold calls, door knocks. So morning session, 70 door knocks, and in the afternoon session, 70 door knocks. In Sadashivpet area, Patak Bagh area, at 7:30 in the morning, I knocked one door, and that was of Colonel Patak. So I knocked the door, he opened the door, I said, sir, I am Pandurang from Eureka Forbes. You better go back to Eureka Forbes. Is this a time to knock the door? But believe me, people always say that if you want to learn the life, you have to stay at least 2 years in hostel. And similarly, if you want to make a career in sales or marketing, you have to be at least 2 years in Eureka Forbes. So we spent 2 years in Eureka Forbes, and that is how I learned little bit about selling and marketing. After that, I started working with Club Mahindra Holidays, a small period of Sterling Resorts, and after 17 years of almost hospitality industry experience, one fine day, I read a story about every day 10 farmers are committing suicides in our India. Believe me, every day. And it shook me from inside. I said, being a next generation farmer, having learned little bit about tourism industry, is there any chance to connect agriculture to tourism? I started studying little bit on the internet. That time just internet has started. I came across the idea called agricultural tourism, which was actually happening in Italy and that time in Australia. And then I studied a lot of things about agri tourism, and in 2002 we launched the concept called agricultural tourism in India. Now whether that agricultural tourism is helping the farmers, that is the other story. You can read it on internet. I don't want to go deep into that. But last 17 years of agri-tourism journey, what that journey has actually taught me is you cannot make millions and millions dollars in agri-tourism, but definitely it will give you, enough money to run your family, enough money to run a farmer's family of 5 people and next generation of the farmers. As just about that story was about 10 farmers committing suicide every day. What must be the reason? And the farmer's life actually depends on 3 most important things, as you all know. One is rain, produce, and price for the produce. All these 3 things are not in the hand of farmer. And moreover, the farmer himself, because the connectivity of the youths to rural India is now the schooling he does in the village, higher secondary he comes to the taluka place, for next generation, next higher studies he come to district place, and the farmer himself say की आता शेतीमध्ये काय राम राहिलेला नाही, तिकडेच कुठेतरी चिटकून जा. The son started working in the cities and he's married, and now the relation with the village is only in the May for going to Jatra or Urus or any other some marriage or function marriage. Today we have examples of 334 agritourism centers in Maharashtra, in 300 villages, in 29 districts of Maharashtra. Last 3 years, more than 28 lakh people have visited these farmers, generating more than 73 crore rupees of income to all these 334 farmers. One of the farmers is sitting in front of me from Wasim district, where he has himself agritourism center. So why I am saying this to you? Because now that the next generation of the farmers, I mean the reverse migration because of agritourism has already crossed 100 and impacting more than almost 55 to 60,000 population in the rural areas. So does agritourism has the scope? Yes, agritourism has the scope. Every part of India has the scope. There is a saying in Maharashtra that every 12 miles we have different traditions, different culture, different intellect, different dialect. So every 12 mile there is a scope for agritourism activities. Do you think that agritourism journey of my and my family was easy? If she was not here or she was not there in my throughout journey of agritourism, it would have been difficult. We have sold our own living house for the agritourism purpose. She has sold his gold ornament for the agritourism purpose. I still not believe, you will not believe that, last, or at least before my daughter's marriage now in January, I don't remember we have gone to Lakshmi Road or we have gone for shopping area and I want to buy this sari, I want to buy this ornament, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. Never in her life she has demanded anything, which is not necessary, which is not needy. My daughter has become first attempt chartered accountant at the age of 22, 23. All because of her sacrifice and because of my daughter's, she has encouraged her so much that she cleared her chartered accountancy exam in the first attempt. Very, very strong willpower lady. She wanted her daughter to get married to someone known. See her willpower. And it happened the same thing. She got married her to Mr. Abhijit Murkute, and Abhijit's mother and my wife, they are friends from KG, kindergarten. So, with the willpower, with the sapiens, thought process, the kindness, if you nurture the kindness, if you nurture the thought of giving, if you nurture the thoughts of, understanding better with the society, and if you nurture the thought of sharing the knowledge, and if you nurture the thought of sharing the happiness with the community, and that too the farmers of India, that too farming community of India. Because if you don't help farmer to sustain, if you don't help farming community to sustain, then next generation of the farmers are not going to stay in the farm. Until now, there is no pills that you will take in the morning and you are done with the breakfast. There are no pills. You will take the pills and breakfast or dinner is done. And that is why, friends, the farmer has to be sustained. We have to help farmer to sustain. We have to help agriculture to sustain. With these words, I thank Sapiens and Mangesh Wankhedeji and Ravi Ghateji calling me here, and in fact understanding Sapiens better, because yesterday morning I asked my daughter how to pronounce this word, Sapiens or Sapiens or whatever. Then she told me it is Sapiens. So thank you Murkute Dada and Ravi Ghateji. Thank you so much.